What's really going on above our heads? Are there secret military projects aimed at dominating the cosmos? Let's decode the facts and explore the high-stakes world of space militarization. But before we dive into today's video, take a moment to click that like button and subscribe to our channel. Be sure to hit that notification bell so you won't miss out on our upcoming videos. The evolution of space weapons. Space weapons are not just the stuff of science fiction. They're a crucial part of modern military strategies. These weapons can be designed to destroy satellites, intercept missiles, or even attack targets on Earth from space. Historically, during the Cold War, the superpowers invested heavily in developing such technologies, and this arms race has evolved with new players and technologies today. First, let's talk about the types of space weapons. We have space-to-space weapons, like the Soviet Almaz military space station armed with a cannon. Then there are Earth-to-space weapons, such as the US's Aegis ballistic missile defense system, designed to intercept incoming threats from space. And not to forget, the futuristic concept of space-to-Earth weapons, which involves technologies like kinetic bombardment that could target locations on Earth from orbit. Perhaps the most famous space defense project is the Strategic Defense Initiative, SDI, DUPID Star Wars. Initiated by President Reagan in 1983, SDI aimed to create a defensive shield against incoming missiles using technologies like laser-equipped satellites and kinetic kill vehicles. While it sounded like something out of a movie, it pushed the boundaries of what was scientifically possible at the time. Terrific, right? Modern developments and threats. Talking about the present, the landscape of space warfare has expanded. Nations like China and India have developed anti-satellite weapons, demonstrating their capabilities in tests that have sometimes resulted in space debris. Meanwhile, international treaties like the Outer Space Treaty and proposals for a space preservation treaty attempt to regulate the militarization of space and prevent an arms race. Earlier in February 2024, Michael R. Turner, the chairman of the U.S. House Intelligence Committee, raised alarms about a new Russian development in space technology, calling it a serious national security threat. The next day, U.S. National Security Council spokesman John Kirby confirmed the information was shared with the U.S. Intelligence Committee and other congressmen. President Joe Biden had been briefed, and National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan had been instructed to update senior legislators. However, Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov dismissed the warning as a malicious fabrication aimed at securing more funding for Ukraine. Speculations abound about what this new capability could be. It might involve a nuclear-powered device that could blind, jam, or disable U.S. satellites, or perhaps an electromagnetic pulse, EMP, that could destroy satellite electronics. While it's unlikely that Russia would place a nuclear warhead in space, the threat of advanced space-based systems is real. Russia, like other spacefaring nations, has experimented with various methods to disable satellites. From ground-based missiles to directed energy weapons, the capabilities are diverse. In 2021, Russia launched a missile to destroy an old satellite, and in 2019, India conducted a similar test. A nuclear explosion in space would be catastrophic, indiscriminately destroying satellites within range and violating the UN's 1967 Outer Space Treaty. Countries have explored numerous techniques to disable adversary satellites. Co-orbital anti-satellite systems, for instance, involve sending a small satellite near a target to detonate or using a robotic arm to destabilize it. High-powered lasers and microwaves are also in the mix. For example, in 2006, China reportedly used a ground-based laser to dazzle and blind a US surveillance satellite. The Russian development may be a response to the deployment of Starlink satellites by Ukraine, which has provided critical communication capabilities. Starlink's resilient network, with thousands of satellites, poses a challenge to traditional anti-satellite weapons. However, a nuclear detonation could disable them en masse, though it would also affect Russian and non-combatant satellites. Implications for the future. The vulnerability from space threats led to the creation of the U.S. Space Force in 2019. This move was prompted by the advanced capabilities of China and Russia, which included jamming, blinding and intercepting satellite feeds. The US has been actively working on countermeasures, such as the proliferated warfighter space architecture, aiming to deploy hundreds of smaller, cheaper satellites in low Earth orbit. The situation has global implications. The US is reportedly engaging in negotiations with Russia and reaching out to India and China to prevent the deployment of such weapons. Russia's extensive jamming of GPS signals in Ukraine highlights the ongoing space-based conflict. As we speak about the implications of space weapons, countries enhance their capabilities, and the potential for conflict in space grows. However, these technologies also drive advancements in civilian space exploration and satellite technologies. The key will be balancing military preparedness with international cooperation to ensure space remains a realm for peaceful exploration. Space warfare remains one of modern defense's most complex and rapidly evolving areas. As we've seen, the line between defending our assets and weaponizing space is thin. But we would really like to know your thoughts on the militarization of space. Should space remain a peaceful frontier, or is the weaponization of space inevitable? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And it's a wrap on today's exploration of space weapons and warfare. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to get insights on issues that matter.